too. Alright, so welcome back, guys. We are playing as an infiltrator. And we are going to... I still need to fix that light, but we are going to... I'm going to do some space exploration missions while we go after Saren after we leave the Citidel. Last time we made a lot of progress on side missions, trying to be helpful to various different species and beings in the Citidel. Okay, so we need to go to CSEC for the docking ship. I looked into it. We need to get to the CSEC area and then take a left or right towards the docking station. This is Avena, Care, CSEC Academy. Okay, so we have to go to CSEC Academy. And then I assume go to it from there. Docking station from here.
Coming up in a report later today, Emily Wong investigates corruption on the Citadel and uncovers a full-blown crime syndicate.
Thanks to my assistance, of course. What elevator is that? I'm gonna fix my TV issues here real quick. Okay. The world. Okay, so what? Rapid transit. That's not important. I'm assuming it's down here. No, this is the requisition.
Hello, Commander. Show me what you've got. Sounds good. Just let me set you up. Oh, this must be a mistake. System's telling me to offer you our select stock. Specter. Well, I heard about that, but I didn't realize it was you. Sorry, Commander. Just show me what you've got. I'll open the rare stocks for you, Commander. Enjoy.
There's gotta be something good here. Assault rifle. Oof. Some of these are like really expensive. Rare stock, more like expensive. Buy the license. Looks like I'll just have to wait on the rest of these. Okay. You know, I didn't make much money. Figure out where the docking station is. Did that just say docking bay? I think it did. Okay, so let's get there. That's Solarian. Cool.
Do you ever regret leaving Citadel security to pursue Saren, Garrus?
Fighting a rogue Specter with countless lives at stake and no regulations to get in the way? I'd say that beats CSEC.
I'm pleased that the imminent destruction of all organic life has improved your career opportunities.
Oh, that is hilarious. Is this the current way? Set towards CSEC Academy.
Hey, Commander
This is not the
Shepard. Good
right
to see you again. Anything you need?
I have to go.
Right. You're probably real busy. So, see you around, Commander.
I'm wondering if it's up here. Hoping this is the way out. Door control to what? Markets and Cora's Den, Flux, door control. Let's sort out what we need. It's not in here. It might be downstairs. I don't need anything from these guys. I may be going the wrong way because it was supposed to be near CSEC. I just went down to a shop. Okay. There's Cora's Den. Lower markets, whatever this is. You may want to backtrack. Okay. Sorry guys if it seems kind of boring and there's not a lot going on. In this episode we're just trying to get out of the Citadel. But I had it sorted out. That's the Presidium. Okay, so we need to go somewhere. CSEC Academy might be closer to where I need to get out to. It's not right here. It's not over there. We came in from somewhere. It's not going to be right here. View of Nebula, it's not going to do it.
On their pilgrimage, but their descriptions of the wards hardly do them justice.
Is this the correct way? I am so confused. It's not the right way. The Presidium. Is this the right way?
A Solarian excavation team has run into an unexpected problem after unearthing a Prothean dig site. Hanar protesters have blockaded the dig site, claiming that artifacts of the Enkindlers, as the Hanar call them, should not be disturbed. The excavation team has appealed to Hanar representatives on the Citadel to reach a diplomatic solution.
Okay, looking up directions. Walk or fast travel to CSEC. CSEC is part of the wards, so players can find it on the transit menu under wards or by following. So it's supposed to still be around the CSEC area. So I may be going the wrong way. I definitely am going the wrong way.
So how are you liking your posting at the academy?
At this point I guess we're just exploring the Presidium. Now, we're gonna have to fast travel.
Binary Helix has settled out of court with a Krogan group that had accused the Genetics Corporation of fraud. The Krogan group had contracted Binary Helix to perform studies with a long-range goal of curing their genetic sterilization. The group later sued for a return of investment money when the study produced no viable results.
So we're definitely going to have to fast travel to CSEC and then work our way around unless the wards will serve me a purpose. Yeah, no, we're going to fast travel. Back to ward locations. CSEC. Let's get out of here somehow. Okay, we're in CSEC. Now we just need to figure out where this stuff goes. Where does that go? Is that the main elevator? It must be, because we just came out of this one. To Presidium. Is the Presidium where we actually want to go? There's rapid transit. Elevator to the wards.
In breaking news, Chairman Burns of the Parliament Subcommittee on Transhuman Studies has been kidnapped by biotic extremists. The biotics commandeered a freighter and were last seen in the Hades Gamma Cluster. No demands have yet been made.
I think I remember going here. CSEC Academy, okay. This the right way? What the heck is that to the Presidium? We want the way out. Note how the actual Citidel is massive. Point where I don't even know where my ship is. Okay, we're fixing this. Come on. Come on. Come on. Where the heck is it? So it should be through CSEC, it said. That's not as easy as people make it sound. Don't worry, after about an hour of Mass Effect, we'll play some .hack. I'm gonna try to, at least. I'm feeling okay right now. Medic and CSEC. Markets and Coruscant to Medic and CSEC. Okay, so it's definitely down this way. So this is the correct way out. This is for docking station. CSEC Academy. Sort of learning where everything is step by step. Okay.
In remembrance of Eden Prime, we present another Profile in Courage with serviceman Nirali Bhatia. A devoted wife and talented chef, serviceman Bhatia joined the Alliance military under the Deferred Education Plan. After finishing her service, Bhatia planned to open a restaurant. Instead, she gave her life protecting the colonists of Eden Prime. For more Profiles in Courage, or to explore opportunities in the military, please visit the Alliance military on the extranet. Keyword, courage.
Well, that's fun. Okay, now that we're actually at CSEC, let's see if we can't get out of here. So this elevator goes up, I'm assuming. So this one goes to the Presidium. This one, where does this one go? Docking bay.
The Quarians endangered the entire galaxy when they let the Geth break free. I hope your people are properly contrite, Tally.
As the Turians are properly contrite for releasing the genophage upon the Krogan.
You're assuming that sterilizing them was a mistake.
Okay, guys, settle down.
I've got big news for you, Shepard. Captain Anderson is stepping down as commanding officer of the Normandy. The ship is yours now.
She's quick and quiet, and you know the crew. Perfect ship for a Specter. Treat her well, Commander.
I'll take good care of her, sir.
I know you will, Commander.
I want the truth. Why are you stepping down, sir?
Needed your own ship. A Specter can't answer to anyone but the Council. And it's time for me to step down.
Come clean with me, Captain. You owe me that much.
I was in your shoes 20 years ago, Shepard. They were considering me for the Specters.
Why didn't you ever mention this?
What was I supposed to say? I could have been a Specter, but I blew it? I failed, Commander. It's not something I'm proud of. Ask me later and I'll tell you the whole story. For now, all you need to know is, I was sent on a mission with Saren, and he made sure the Council rejected me. I had my shot. It came and went. Now you have a chance to make up for my mistakes.
What kind of leads do we have?
Saren's gone. Don't even try to find him. But we know what he's after. The conduit. He's got his Geth scouring the Traverse looking for clues.
We had reports of Geth in the Pharaoh system shortly before our colony there dropped out of contact, and there have been sightings around Noveria.
Find out what Saren was after on Pharaohs and Noveria. Maybe you can figure out where the conduit is before he does.
What about
The
the
Reapers
Reapers?
are the real threat.
I'm with the Council on this one, Shepard. I'm not sure they even exist.
But if they do exist, the conduit's the key to bringing them back. Stop Saren from getting the conduit, and we stop the Reapers from returning.
I'll stop.
We have one more lead. Matriarch Benezia, the other voice in that recording. She has a daughter, a scientist who specializes in the Protheans. We don't know if she's involved, but it might be a good idea to try and find her. See what she knows. Her name's Liara, Dr. Liara Tassoni. We have reports she was exploring an archaeological dig on one of the uncharted worlds in the Artemis Tau cluster.
Sounds like we should head for the Artemis Tau cluster.
It's your decision, Commander. You're a Specter now. You don't answer to us.
Your actions still reflect on humanity as a whole. You make a mess and I get stuck cleaning it up.
I'll do whatever it takes to stop Saren.
Not exactly the answer I was looking for, Shepard. Remember, you were a human long before you were a Specter. I have a meeting to get to. Captain Anderson can answer any questions you might have.
Yes, Commander?
How are you holding up?
Honestly, this isn't how I pictured my career coming to an end. Pushing papers really isn't my thing. But you're the one who can stop Saren. I believe in you, Shepard.
Makes sense.
If that means I have to step aside, so be it.
Tell me what happened with you and Saren 20 years ago.
It's close to 20 years ago now. Ambassador Goyle was our representative here on the Citidel. Like Udina, she wanted to get a human into the Specters. She chose me. The Council sent Saren to keep an eye on me and evaluate my performance, just like they sent Nihilus to keep tabs on you.
Why weren't you honest with me?
It's not something I'm proud of. I had a chance to become the first human Specter, and I failed. Saren made sure of that.
I think I deserve the whole story.
We had intel on a rogue scientist being funded by Batarian interests. He was trying to set up a facility to develop illegal AI technology out in the Vert. Alliance intel had done all the work, but the Council wanted a Specter involved. We compromised. I was assigned to help Saren in his investigation. We tracked the scientist to a refining facility on Kamala. He was hidden away somewhere inside, protected by an army of Batarian mercenaries. The plan was simple. Sneak into the plant, capture the scientist, sneak back out. Quick, quiet, and a minimum of bloodshed.
I'm guessing things didn't go as planned.
Saren and I split up to cover more ground. Then about halfway through the mission, there was a massive explosion in the refinery core. Officially, it was ruled an accident, but I think Saren detonated it on purpose to draw off the enemy guards.
How many casualties?
The explosion tore the refinery to shreds. The whole place was on fire. Black chemical clouds poured out into the atmosphere. Nobody inside survived. There was a camp for the workers and their families nearby. Between the fires and the toxic fumes, the final death count was over 500. Mostly civilians. Saren didn't care. The target was eliminated, mission accomplished, and I ended up taking the blame. That ended all talk of me joining the Specters.
Saren caused the explosion. How'd he pin it on you?
In his report, Saren accused me of blowing his cover. He said it was my fault the guards were ready for us. He claimed that's why it turned into a massacre. Saren's report was all the proof the Council needed to kill my chances of becoming a Specter.
Don't blame yourself, Captain.
I don't. I blame Saren. I think he wanted things to go bad. He was looking for an excuse to blow that refinery. Maybe he just likes the violence. Maybe he was just trying to make me look bad to keep humans out of the Specters. If so, he pulled it off.
Why'd you let him get away with it?
Who do you think the Council was going to listen to? Me? Or their best agent? I had a bad feeling about him right from the start. I should have been more careful. Maybe I could have stopped things before they got out of hand.
Don't blame yourself, Captain.
I don't. I blame Saren. I think he wanted things to go bad. He was looking for an excuse to blow that refinery. Maybe he just likes the violence. Maybe he was just trying to make me look bad to keep humans out of the Specters. If so, he pulled it off.
The only thing I care about is stopping Saren.
You're right, Commander. It's no good living in the past.
I want to know the truth about you and Saren. I want to know about the mission you were on together all those years ago.
Just fully investigating, so if there are
being
repeats.
funded by Batarian interests. He was trying to set up a facility to develop illegal AI. Alliance intel had done all the work. But we tracked the scientist to a roof. The plan was simple. Sneak into the plant, capture the scientist, sneak back out. Quick, quiet, and a minimum of bloodshed.
The only thing I care about is
You're right,
stopping.
Commander. It's no good living in the past.
What do you know about the Artemis Tau cluster?
Not much. I've never been there myself. A handful of systems with a few small, uncharted worlds, but no real colonies. Might not be easy finding Dr. Tassoni out there. My advice is to look for the world with the Prothean ruins.
Any extra intel you can give me on our colony at Pharos?
The entire planet used to be one giant Prothean city. Mostly ruins now. But some of the infrastructure is still intact. The colony tried to build on what the Protheans left behind. We lost all contact with them when the Geth attacked.
What can you tell me about Novaria?
Novaria's trouble. Always has been. The whole planet's basically a center for corporations to conduct illegal research. Watch your back, Rich. Specters are about the only form of Citidel authority Novaria respects. But they aren't popular.
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Well, there was that updated. What's up here? So, not much. Not much we can actually do up here either. So we want to go to our ship, more than likely. Let's go to the ship. Oh, so this is the entrance. Airlock into Normandy.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
I heard what happened to Captain Anderson. Survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission, you're next on the chopping block.
Captain Anderson should be the one in charge. It's like I'm stealing the ship from him.
Yeah, the captain got screwed. But it's not like you could have stopped it. Nobody's blaming you. Everyone on this ship's behind you, Commander. 100%. Intercom's open. If you got anything you want to say to the crew, now's the time.
This is Commander Shepard speaking.
We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit. I won't lie to you, crew. This mission isn't going to be easy.
Saren will be ready for us. That's one. Just the start. Humanity must do its part.
Our enemy knows we're coming.
Wherever he searches for the conduit, we'll be there. We will hunt him to the very ends of the galaxy and bring him down.
Humanity needs to do this.
Not just for our own sake, but for the sake of every other species in Citidel space. Saren must be stopped. And I promise you all, we will stop him.
Well said, Commander. Captain will be proud.
The captain gave up everything so I could have this chance. We can't fail.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's see what Joker has to say.
Commander, something you need?
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet. If you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
What are you talking about? Are you sick?
You mean you didn't know? Oh, crap. Okay, I've got Froelich syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic. But I've learned to manage my condition, Commander. Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you know, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
You're dodging the question.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot. By the end of the year, I was the best pilot in the academy. Even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation?
I need to know more about this Vrolik syndrome if I'm putting my ship in your hands.
Yeah, of course you do. It's an extremely rare condition. Nobody knows exactly what causes it. Genetic, maybe. It's treatable, but there's no cure. They classify my case as moderate to severe. I was born with over a dozen fractures. Hips, thighs, ankles. My bones were already breaking in the womb. 100 years ago, I wouldn't have survived past my first year. Lucky for me, modern medical science has turned me into a productive member of society.
You're not gonna break a bone trying to fly the ship, are you?
I don't fly with my feet, Commander, so I'm fine as long as I'm in this chair. I gotta be real careful when I get up to take a piss, though. I can do my job as well as anyone on the ship. Better, actually. So don't worry about it.
I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable. Let's talk about something else.
Whatever you want, Commander.
How'd you end up joining the Alliance?
Look, if you're looking for an inspirational tale of the crippled kid overcoming impossible odds, you're gonna be disappointed. My mother was a civilian contractor working for the Alliance. I basically grew up on the Arcturus station back when they were building up the fleets. Spend all that time around Alliance ships, there's a good chance you'll end up going to the Academy.
Interesting. Okay, so we gotta...
I have to go.
Alright, see you.
He's certainly interesting. Let's see what there is around here.
Commander?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I don't see how we could have done things anyway. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. We were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
Doing this, doing the... the what? I'll probably set the videos to like a older audience, so it's fine. Unless YouTube says otherwise, I don't really care if you use curse words as long as you're not like using any other words that might restrict my video from monetizing. But I actually am curious what you mean by doing the damn thing. Anyways, it is nice to actually have a viewer. What's up? I am glad to talk to my audience while I'm going through these options. We're on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been. Okay.
We'll talk another time, Kevin.
That was a very minimalist discussion with crew member Caden. Sleeping pod. Oh! Sorry. I have no idea. I'm still getting used to like modern phrasing, so I apologize. But yeah, no, it is nice. I appreciate the kind words, honestly. Like, again, I apologize if I don't understand like phrasing at first. I am doing what I can. Speaking of which, I should probably save before I check the journal and codex. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to get into a firefight or forget to save. So how are you doing? Let's see. So actually, question, I don't mean to ask anything too personal, but how'd you get, like, the username? It's an interesting one for sure. While I'm looking through my stuff. Okay. Okay, did I just sell that? Oh well. Okay, journal versus codex. Journal, codex. We'll check out the codex and journal in a second. Okay. Oh! And it's super duper furious. I thought that said super duper furry for a second. I was like, oh my god. Me again with that nonsense. Yeah. It's nice to see you, Brad. Apparently we're not on levels right now. Me misreading stuff again. Yeah. I'm gonna try to do like an hour of Mass Effect and then maybe some .hack, we'll see.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
I'm in charge here, Presley. I decide if we have non-humans on this vessel.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Bro is being speciesist. That is messed up. Appreciate. Oh, I'm not like one to sit here and advertise, but they just released the music video for Liquid Courage, and was it, well, the new one, the premiere one, and I'm in it. I can send you a link later. Dude headbutts bricks. Maybe, bro, maybe. Are you talking about like the speciesist guy? The guy that basically he was sitting here insulting having other species on the ship? Yeah, because I think that's messed up. Yeah, no, like, was it racism as one thing, but being speciesist? If we had a colony of aliens that were actually friendly, like, being speciesist is really just messed up. And he's not the only one on this ship that is speciesist. Yeah. Ashley is also a speciesist, and you know, her comments tend to be a bit more direct and nasty. I can show you Ashley and the crew in a sec, but I'm gonna see what this guy has to say.
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
It's not that kind. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop it. We don't need their help.
Okay, so what he's claiming is he's not a speciesist, but he wants for humanity to deal with their own problems and not have to rely on the aliens. A little bit of an ego and maybe a little bit of an undersight. Oh, it might be the audio. I could probably swap over to the headset. That might fix it. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna swap my audio. See if that fixes it. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, let's see. Devices, camera. Okay, let's see. I think I got it. Headset was dead there for a second, so 1 moment. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so I wasn't using the headset before. I had to mute the camera volume. I think this fixes it. And I had to plug in the headset because the headset was dead. What are you referring to? We are all dead. That is very ominous, dude. Let's see. Okay. I have no idea what the "we are all dead" means, but let's see. Commander Windows, we don't need their help. Never turn away help. It's not just our problem.
This is bigger than humanity. Saren's a threat to every species in the galaxy, and I'll welcome anyone who wants to help me bring him down.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander. This won't be a problem.
That is good to hear. I'm glad you're not going to fight me on it, because I was gonna get real aggressive. I sound like a dang teddy bear right now. It's ridiculous, but no. Yeah, Saren does need to be stopped. This bald guy, not so much. And it's on the ship. Personal question. I'm debating. Okay, so personal question.
How did you end up assigned to the Normandy?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were at Elysium during the Skillian Blitz. A massive fleet of alien raiders hit the colony, trying to wipe it out. They had the numbers, but their ships were no match for an Alliance frigate. It was a slaughter. We couldn't even keep track of how many ships they lost.
How'd you end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
Okay.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, sir.
Sounds like a Meon that has a dirty microwave. Dude, you have me so confused. Are you talking about his voice? Are you telling me his voice sounds odd? It may sound a little odd. I'm gonna turn up my volume a little bit so I can hear the audio a little bit better. Yeah, his voice may be a bit scratchy if that's what you're referring to. Is everything coming through good on the audio? I already adjusted my microphone before I put it on, but I had to charge it. It's currently plugged into the wall. If my controller starts to die, I'm gonna have to change it over. Don't cry on my account, I swear. Okay, good. Microphone's good. FTL comlink. What in the world? Okay. Okay, Codex. That's got me more stuff. Before we go on the mission, I could do a lore dump real quick, because I've got a ton of journal and Codex stuff. Nera, Novera, Geth. Oh, these are the missions we need to do. The Codex is what I haven't checked. Sure how to explain it. That's fair. Genophage. Yeah, I can do the missions. We can do lore dumps later. I think most of these are stuff I can explain as we go along. Speaking of missions, I could talk to my people, or I could just figure this out. Supposedly constructed by the long extinct Protheans, this colossal deep space station serves as the capital of the Citidel Council. Gravity is simulated through rotation and is a comfortable
1.02 standard Gs on the ward, and a light 0.3 standard Gs on the Presidium ring. Okay, so zoom out. Here we go. So yeah, actually, we are in space. We were previously on the Citidel, which is essentially a facility that... which is essentially a facility that has a council of different alien species that help govern the galaxy. Right now, we need to go to one of our other areas. I have no idea if I need to select the map or whatever. So how do they do... Okay, there we go. I zoomed out a little bit more. Serpent Nebula, Novaria, Pharos, Liara digging site, Artemis Tower. Okay, this is one of the 3 locations we need to go to. Yeah, it is, definitely. Asteroid Exodus Cluster, that's a side mission. Artemis Tau, Liara's digging site. Okay, let's go and check out that scientist. Sparta, Knossos, Athenas, Marcidosis. Is there a black hole? No, I think these are spatial anomalies, but I could be wrong. Artemis Tau. I may need to check my journal for which one I need to go to. Athens, I think it was. Marcedon. So it was Artemis Tau. I need to check my journal though. Explore the worlds of the Artemis Tau cluster. Okay, so I actually just have to explore them in general. Yeah, those are, I'm not very good with science, but I think those are, not necessarily star clusters, but nebulas and different aspects of space itself. I don't think we're anywhere near a black hole, though. Let's see, Athens. I'll go to Athens first. Thank you, I appreciate that. Let's see, so... what in the world? Salamis, Naustica, Circle, Protheus... Huh. I guess we could check out Protheus, but we have Cirque, Naustica, and Salamis. Protheus. Let's go to Protheus. Or just survey it. Like the Hanar homeworld, Protheus has more than 90% oceanic cover. The incredible heat thrown off from the Athens raises global humidity to 100%, creates constant cloud cover, and powers colossal typhoons that rage across the surface year-round. Hot, humid, and storm-racked, Protheus' rare combination of oxygen, nitrogen, atmosphere, and carbon-based biosphere nevertheless recommended it for colonization. A pilot program is studying the possibility of colonies below the ocean surface safe from the worst effects of the weather. Colony 2,179, population 12,000. Colony founded, okay. Colony founded in 2179, okay. Population 12,470. Capital Ithaca. Orbit period 4.9 Earth years. Radius 10,210 kilometers. Daily length 51.4 Earth hours. Atomic pressure 1.21 Earth Atmosphere, surface temperature 34 degrees Celsius, surface gravity 1.3 grams. Or whatever the G is. Survey. Okay, so do we end up... So we can't... Can we actually travel there? So I'm hoping that I can just... Yeah, I'm hoping that we can just go there, wherever we need to go. Yep. Let's see. Are we docked anywhere? I have no idea how to do anything in Mass Effect 1. I played a little bit of the games before, but barely any. So I have no idea how to travel to other places outside of the game pretty much telling me where to go or sending me there. I have no clue, and I'm trying to figure that out right now. So let's go to talk to Joker and see if he knows what's up.
Commander,
that's pretty good detail.
Something you need?
This is the anniversary edition to the original PS3 version. It's PS4, so they did update some things. Thank you. I'm gonna try.
I have to go.
Alright, see you.
Okay, so maybe they updated the journal. Viable minerals. Keep searching for more elements, minerals as you travel. Haze cluster, kidnapped chairman. Chairman stays in the freighter in a Ferranata system. Strange message. Okay, a lot of these are what do you call it? Assignments for like what do I call it? Like side missions. Okay, where do we need to go? I am assuming that... I'm gonna check if there's anything at the docking station. If not, I'm gonna have to try and see about how the travel stuff works. Elevator, here we go. Appreciate the support. I'm gonna do my best here. Yay, it's Garrus!
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander. I knew working with the Specter would be better than life at CSEC.
Makes sense.
Have you worked with a Specter before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Specters make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
I am trying to stick to the main story, but I do want to do side quests. But right now I'm trying to figure out where I need to go for the main story, and then once I get that path sorted out, then I can start doing side quests. I'm trying to plan it out, because if I just start randomly doing side quests and lose track of the main path in the story, it's going to be incredibly difficult to figure out the entire flow of everything. So I'm trying to figure out where and what I need to do, where I need to go and what I need to do, and then side quests will be very easy to do alongside the main story. Not trying to get lost or confused is what I'm saying. And if I miss a side quest while trying to figure that out, then so be it, but I'm trying to play it the best I can. Seasick buried by rules, damn bureaucrats, always on my back. It's not that bad, you shouldn't complain. True.
Being a Spectre does have its advantages.
Exactly my point. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it. But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't
turn on my fan.
I hate leaving.
Tough decision, you'll get over it, forget about it. It's a tough decision.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside C-Sec. Either way, I plan to make the most of this. And without C-Sec headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
If getting the job done means endangering innocent people, then no. We get the job done right, not fast. Got it?
I wasn't trying to. I understand, Commander.
Yeah, he is cool. I didn't mean to be rude to him there, but to be honest, that is a major concern. I know Garrus would never harm innocents, but in the very beginning, you don't know that about Garrus. You just can't, or rather, he does say he doesn't, but to an extent, I guess I wasn't trying to be rude to him. He's very respectful. But yeah, we don't want to harm innocents in our path to save humanity from the Geth and the Reapers. And essentially, as we try to protect others from like malicious forces and gangs and stuff, like I said, we don't want to harm innocents. And Garrus is not one of the ones that likes to harm innocents. He's a Turian. Most Turians tend to be law-abiding and everything, but Saren is not. Saren is a jerk who has biotics and whatever. Yeah, was it Garrus is pretty cool. I'm trying to remember what I was on. Yeah, is a big thing. My brain's not working there for a second. But yeah, Garrus is pretty cool. I can't explain his background right now. The C-Sec part is interesting. The interesting thing about Specters, though, that I just became a Specter. Specters are essentially above the law. They're granted Specter status from the Council. You're not supposed to do, like, evil per se, but you can break the law if it means, like, getting the mission done and everything. Essentially.
Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
We'd saved your unit.
Able to save the rest of your unit.
Yes, sir. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
The Geth are perfect ambushers. They don't move, they don't make noise, they don't even breathe.
Sir, they have flashlight heads. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Do you have a few minutes to talk one-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duty squared away. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
So, this is Ashley.
Dismissed, Chief.
Sir.
Ashley is a speciesist, but she has to get over that because we are a ship full of alien recruits.
Nice ship you've got, Shepard. What can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
Yeah, well, so we essentially just have to do what we can. Let's see, come on. Just a short one. Don't be an ass. I don't want to be a jerk just because he doesn't want to talk. That's messed up. Come on, what? Be a jerk? Or come on, like, make a decision. I'm so confused. Oh, come on as in the response. I get it.
You Krogan live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
That's
unfortunate.
unfortunate.
I heard about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
It's not the same.
It isn't?
Seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
I was just making conversation. I wasn't trying to upset you.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Huh.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
That makes sense.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected, every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? You ask a Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
So basically what he's saying is they're mentally and genetically disposed to want to fight. They don't really have the interest or innate desire to learn anything like substantial when it comes to the race. Most of them don't really learn anything academic. They just prefer to fight or be warriors. There are exceptions, but most Krogan, like he said, are fighters, not thinkers, in a matter of speaking.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
So I need to sort out where I need to go. Yeah. They fight. Engineer Adams.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for talent, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Fill me in on the IES stealth system.
I do like Tally.
How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation. Too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
A visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
Why doesn't it work with faster-than-light travel?
Cranking up the FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
Yep, it is nice.
Where else have you served, Adams?
You name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on. Probably the fastest vessel ever designed. And she's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
Drive core?
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
That's wild.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
There's Tally.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
The Normandy's a prototype. Cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citidel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
Okay, so she mentioned the Geth. I'm glad this happened because I can do some explaining. Essentially, the Quarians originally created the Geth as a means for servitude to help with construction, colonization, a lot of stuff. Essentially, the Geth are a robotic or genetically robotic species that the Quarian created with their intelligent minds to help with, like, a lot of tasks, but then the Geth became self-aware, and then they essentially started to rebel and cause issues, and then after a while they disappeared, and then we're in reasonable understanding that they came back, and there's a problem here with that. The Geth are essentially a robo-sapien species that essentially was created, like I said, by the Quarians, and that's why the Citadel and other species are not happy with the Quarians because of what Quarians creating them, even though the Quarians did not foresee this happening. The Quarians are apparently incredibly intelligent with technology. Also, the Quarians, they'll talk about it later on in the game, but the Quarians go on this thing called a pilgrimage. If you ever think of, like, the Amish and like actual like human society, it's like their spiritual like their spiritual journey, but it's kind of like it's like a find themselves sort of thing, rather than like just taking a break from their everyday life. It's taking a break from colonization or from being part of their main like area, and then like spreading out, finding purpose, doing purposeful things, and essentially like making something of themselves, I guess. Like a rite of passage thing.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla, grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Here we go.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when a gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
I can't believe they just send you off alone.
It's not like they just cast us out. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive outside the flotilla, and given gifts to help us on our journey. We also receive implants to fight off sickness and disease. Generations of living in an isolated and highly controlled environment have left our immune systems weaker than most. By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped for the pilgrimage. This is a rite of passage for all Quarians. If it were dangerous, our numbers would suffer. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return and the ritual presentation of the gift to one of the fleet's captains.
I'm glad she mentioned the disease thing, because I actually learned that the Quarians actually, because of their biology, because of the Quarians' biology, they actually cannot, and their weak immune systems, they cannot travel around without that suit, essentially. They're one of the many species in this lore that has to travel around basically always with the suit, the breathing apparatus, the whole deal. It essentially protects them from the environment, from the outside environment, air and all that, and it allows them to be able to, like she said, travel, experience different environments, and prove more useful. So, you know how we need a suit to survive in space, they need a suit to survive in general. Now, I think their environment that they come from, they may not need it, but you will probably almost never see them in that suit.
I want to talk about something else.
No, out of the suit, because of that. Quarians, and then Geth.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
That's your government?
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials.
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
Huh. So before I get to the Geth part, she did mention a good thing. Their government system and their population requirements are very strict, as you can tell. So they can't. There's a lot of situations where they should or shouldn't have a certain amount of population, and there are like limits on it. And yeah, so you're right. The living in their race is tough, but they are also very purposeful in the way they go about living.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins, what they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
How come the Council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. 1 million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
So, the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in a group, the smarter they are.
That's scary.
So there's some sort of group consciousness?
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
So he says he doesn't get it, but I get the context. The more of them there are, the more likely they are able to put their minds together to formulate strategy and an overall concept of how to coordinate. Meanwhile, by themselves, they can only perform limited tasks, unless you add input to their minds. Essentially, they are living machines.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm probably oversimplifying. The Geth are incredibly advanced and complex creations. All you need to know is that they get smarter when they gather in large numbers. As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long. The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves. It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
They defended
Can't blame them
themselves.
for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exile, searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
So essentially the big story with the Geth there is they built the Geth to make their lives easier, knowing how strict their society is and how difficult everyday tasks are. And after they made too many edits to the Geth became too smart and self-aware, and the Quarians themselves felt paranoid about the situation and acted accordingly. Which is understandable because they were putting more and more information into their minds. And it is true, though. If you are self-aware and sentient, regardless of whether you're a machine or a living thing, about your situation, and you're being, like, worked to high levels of stress or physical strain, you are essentially being treated as a slave. If you are living and sentient, it is like borderline slavery. We feared the Geth would pursue us. They never came to the Veil. We had drifted this. I don't want to say serves are right because they didn't actually know this would happen.
I should go.
See you later.
Tally's still pretty cool, but yeah, she didn't create the problems with the Geth. She existed after what happened with the Quarians and the Geth. And she's a good being. She actually cares about other species as well as her own. Yeah. When we met her, she was... I'm going to save real quick. When we met her, she was trying to, I think, protect her own. But she was also trying to look after... she was trying to look after another species that was in trouble. Or something. I don't remember the mission. I just know that she's sympathetic to other people, to other beings being in danger, and she cares about the feelings and situations of others. So, regardless of whether she's a super intelligent Quarian or not, which Quarians are cautious and strict, is pretty laid back. She does make a few smart aleck comments towards others. Like, she made a smart aleck comment to Garrus. After Garrus made a smart aleck comment about the Geth, she made a smart aleck comment about how the Turians created helped create the genophage, which limit the Krogan's ability to populate. So essentially, essentially just no one is innocent here, but everyone tries to do what they can for the situation.
Looking for supplies?
New items. Already seen
Let's
that.
see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Let's see if I have enough money to afford anything here. Probably not. Striker, pistol ammo, heat-seeking capacity, accuracy rating, medium armor, assault rifle, sniper rifle, damage per second 92, heat sink. I like the armor. I don't think a lot of this stuff is good. Headbutt him. Well, I don't think that's an option. But let's see. What do I even want here? Kessler, sniper rifle. Whatever. I was gonna get better armor, but it's fine. So, Chris, if you're up for it, I'm gonna go ahead. We won't do a mission right now. I'll have to do some research on where we have to go. I'm glad you're liking the lore. I'm gonna go ahead and save, and then I'm gonna take a short break, and then I will probably jump on to what was it? I'll probably jump on to .hack after. But yeah, I'm gonna take a little bit of a short break. Probably get myself some caffeine. And let's see where we at. We're at 1:26 on time, 3:13. Okay, give me about 10 minutes after this broadcast, and then I'll be back on. Need to take a short break. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. I will probably swap up the game because it's getting tiring. All right. Have a good night, man. I can probably still stream .hack, but I'm glad you enjoyed the stream so far. If you want to learn more lore, or if you want to see more, let me know. I'm going to go ahead and try and stream this game a bit more frequently, and I'm going to try and figure out where everything is. Okay. Fair enough. I'm going to end this stream, take a break, and then start a new one. Anyways, have a good night.